Attempting a successful QSO through the GB7LE DMR repeater in Leeds from the old racecourse in Richmond, North Yorkshire. By Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres, and PMR 446.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Paul, Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres, and PMR 446. Now if I just pan the camera around, I'll be able to show you where I am today. Looking familiar already? Yep, it's the old racecourse in Richmond again. My favourite high point for radio. It is actually clear enough to see over to Teesside, but I doubt you guys will be able to see over there. So, you know, and it is windy, but not that windy. And I'm trying a different recording device today as well. My old Samsung Galaxy S8 that's been lying around for a while. I'll just lock that off. So, not sure how that's going to go, but it seems to be handling the audio device a wee bit better, because the Alcatel seems to restrict how loud it can go. So, that's okay. It happens. So, but it clips it anyway, and it kind of helped with some of the wind noise in the last video, but to be honest, in this one I'm not sure. We'll see if it's any better with this one, because it is actually allowing the audio to go right up to maximum on here, near enough, so there are, rather than it clipping it. So it's a lovely day, lovely evening. It's about 4:05 according to the clock on here. Whether that's actually right or not remains to be seen. So there is a reason why I'm up here, and I will explain that shortly. Okay, so the reason why I'm up here is to try and get a successful QSO through the GB7LE repeater in Leeds, which is in West Yorkshire, and it's quite a trek from here, and it's a 70 repeater, so that really is quite a trek. Although, having said that, I've not heard anything off it yet, although I'm getting a signal from it. I'm getting a signal from something anyway on that frequency, and I suspect it is actually the GB7LE repeater. So, what I can do is there is a live monitor that I can look at. I'm not sure if I can actually see it, because my Oppo's phone screen is not showing up well in the sun at all. I've got open camera open on that as well, which is not really ideal for what I want to do. So I need to go into Google Chrome to check this, and I need to look for the Northern DMR cluster, which is what the GB7LE repeater is a part of. So I can press live monitor, which has just come up in my search for Google. Other good search engines are available. So at approximately 15:59, I put an echo test call out to on GB7LE, and it actually has shown up on here. So the repeater, I can actually hear it. I can actually demonstrate that if I go back to that correct talk group, which is 9990. So let's see if I can get anything. Might put some noise onto my audio equipment. Just bear that in mind, because DMR does sometimes do that. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, checking access to GB7LE.
Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, checking access to GB7LE.
That sounded quite promising, actually. So I'm just wondering if I can actually get anybody on that repeater. So the live monitor hasn't exactly updated yet. I might have to refresh that. There we go, it has now. So I know it's working. I'll pop this phone in my trouser pocket. I've got my Yaesu FT2D with me, which is actually beaconing out APRS packets as we speak, and it's currently monitoring the GB3IR repeater, which I would have no problem getting into up here, because it is like literally, well, not even a mile away from here. Probably about half a mile, maybe not even that, maybe 3/4 at best, because it's 3/4 to the gate at the other end from the gate down at the bottom. So now I've done that, let's see if I can gain access to this repeater. So let's see. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform calling through GB7LE for any calls. Sadly nothing on the local part of the repeater, just through the repeater itself, so maybe there's no one in Leeds listening to the repeater at this time, which is a bit of a shame. So I know I can get into it. You've just heard me go through the echo, so I'll put another call out and see if we get anything. Yeah, I'm on the right talk group, aren't I? Yeah. You know, these things happen. I'm not really that into DMR because I don't tend to use it a lot because I'm not the biggest fan of it, although I do have this radio which I use through my jumbo spot back home. I don't have another DMR to listen to by connecting the output of the repeater to my jumbo spot somehow, but going through the local talk group isn't going to exactly come out on my jumbo spot anyway, because that's just local to that repeater, talk group 9. So I am getting a signal from it, but I don't think anyone's actually there. That's a shame. So I'll have a quick flick around and I'll report back in a wee while. Okay, so I'm going to give it another try. I'm going to try on time slot 2, talk group 9. Let's see if we get anything. Just locally through the repeater. I don't want to connect to anything worldwide at the moment. Just see if I can get someone at the other end. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform calling through GB7LE for any calls. I'm not hearing anything. Check again. Nope. I have got into the repeater, but I'm not getting anything from it. So I wonder if that repeater's not really widely used, or let's just flick through the rest of the talk groups that I've got programmed in for this repeater. There we go. Finally found something, but I can't call in yet because they're on the worldwide talk group. Ooh. So there is somebody out there. I'll try in the worldwide talk group later. I'm just trying to go locally through the repeater right now. So I know it works. Let's go back to that talk group, which was worldwide. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything at the moment. So I'll just keep a listen and I'll report back shortly, see if I can actually get a successful QSO through it. Okay, so I'm going to give another go on the local talk group on time slot 2, see if anyone hears me. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform calling through GB7LE for any calls. No, nothing heard, unfortunately. Bit of a shame. Probably not many people on this time on a Sunday. Okay, I'll have a flick around and see what else I can find. Okay, I've just heard some activity on that talk group. I'll see if I can get hold of them again. Although there is signal coming from the repeater, so there might be activity elsewhere. So let's have a look elsewhere first. So. Yeah, I've just lost signal from the repeater now. But all I want is one successful contact through the repeater. So let's see. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, calling through talk group 9 on GB7LE. Sadly not. It must have gone now. Okay, that's a shame. Right. Perseverance does pay off, they say, but it's not paying off in my case. Okay. I think it's making me think I should just stick to the jumbo spot rather than come out here and try going through a DMR repeater. I'd probably have more luck if I was actually in Leeds, but obviously COVID, can't go to Leeds right now. So let's see what happens. I'll have a flick around the 2 metre band while I'm waiting. Starting to get a bit nippy up here now, so I'm going to give it another go. It's not too nippy though, which is good. It's because the sun's out. And there's only 2 cars left down in the car park. Oh, actually, stand corrected, there's only 1. Mine. So, obviously getting late on in the day, the dog walkers I think are all parking up at the Washington Road end. So, this is actually doing well to keep the wind cut out. So let's see if I can actually get a QSO through the repeater, because I could hear it last week. But now can I actually establish a QSO through it? But we shall soon find out, shan't we? Let's see. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, calling through talk group 9 on the GB7LE repeater. Nothing. You know what they say though, if you don't pick up the microphone and press that button, you're not going to get anyone at all. So I did hear someone come through that talk group, like literally we're looking about probably about 10 minutes ago, but I've not been able to raise them, so it's a bit of a shame really. But I actually am able to get into this repeater, which is good. And if you look at the live monitor on the Northern DMR cluster, you can see that I've done it. Oop, if I put the right number into my phone, it might be helpful. I don't know. There is other activity coming through the system on the worldwide, and don't know what 235 is. I think that's UK wide. I'm not 100% sure. I think that just opens absolutely everything. But obviously I don't want to go UK wide unless I absolutely have to here. So I'm just trying to get someone locally in Leeds really that's close to the repeater and possibly has some connection to it if possible, just to let me know how well I'm actually doing. Because I actually am technically outside the coverage area of that repeater. Yeah. .235 is a good place to look. So I think that's the UK wide talk group. Yeah, it's UK wide is 235. There's no more activity through it right now. I'm getting signals from the repeater, but I'm not actually getting anything through it at the moment. Yeah. Let's go back to talk group 9, which is the local one, because I don't really want to tie up the entire repeater network. Just trying to get a QSO through this repeater. There's a reason why I'm doing it just through the local talk group, and that's because obviously I don't want to open every single repeater in the country just trying to get through this particular repeater. That's just not going to end well. Let's see if I can get somebody again. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, calling through talk group 9 on the GB7LE repeater for any calls. Yeah. It's a shame, really. Maybe it's just that time of day on a Sunday. Hey. Right, so I'm going to have another nosy around the 2 metre band on the FT2D because I've brought that with me as well. So, I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, I've just heard some traffic on 235 UK wide, but at the moment I'm not going to go and use that just to see if I can actually get through this repeater or not. I'm going to try again with the local, but then if I still don't get anything, I will try through 235 UK wide and see if that makes a difference. I think it should, and it is getting a bit windy up here, and I've been up here now for the best part of probably an hour actually. Won't seem like it to you lot though. Let's give it another try through the repeater locally. Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, calling through talk group 9 on GB7LE.
QRZ station's calling to serve you. Say LE to G4YQW, listen for you.
Yeah, was that G4YQW? Yeah, this is Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. I lost him.
M0 Whiskey November uniform G4YQW. Returning. Good afternoon. Just heard you end of your call. In fact, I probably heard you probably about 5 minutes ago, but I couldn't come back. I'm in the garden. And my hands was covered in some soil, so I couldn't pick the radio up. Anyway, good afternoon. My name is Keith. Located in Leeds. And presently just propping up the front doorstep. Having done a little bit of work in the garden. How's things with you today? From G4YQW.
Yeah, G4YQW. From Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform. Yeah, good afternoon, not so bad here. The name this end is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. My current location is Richmond, North Yorkshire, one of the highest points in the town, and just tried to see if I could actually access the repeater because I could actually hear it, and it looks like I can. So I'm actually quite impressed by that. Back to you.
M0 Whiskey November uniform. I couldn't.
It's alright, we all do that.
G4YQW. Returning fine, Paul. Yeah, that's a fair old stretch, isn't it, from Richmond? But it seems the repeater does have quite a good coverage, and I'm pretty sure it's a clear takeoff to the north from where it's located in Leeds. Sure, it's a good takeoff towards you in that direction, but nice to hear you. I guess the weather's probably similar to here in Leeds. Nice and sunny, fairly blue skies, and a little wind is blowing, but certainly better than being wet. So I wonder what you're doing there, Paul, in Richmond. I guess I'm sort of half guessing you live there. You said it's one of the highest points, so I wonder what you do up there, Paul. I'm presently, I won't say presently, I'm retired as such, and I just please myself for update today as to what happens. Usually weather dictates it. If it's fine, I'll come outside. If it's not, stay inside. Hi. I'm quite surprised that no one came back to your call. There's usually a few people monitoring a lead, probably local in Leeds, but quite surprised no one answered you. As I said, I did hear you call previously, probably a time before that. As I said, my hands were full, or mucky as such, so I couldn't pick up the radio. Round to you, Paul. M0WNR. Couldn't put that into the normal letters. G4YQW.
Yep, it's Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform. A lot of people seem to get my call sign wrong sometimes, but that's okay, I don't mind too much. Yeah, I came out today just to play a little bit of radio, like I said, just to see if I could actually get into the repeater, because last time I came out here for a walk, I had a DMR handheld and another handheld with me, and I could actually hear the repeater from up here. So, yeah, I actually live in nearby Catterick Garrison, and I spend most of the time working delivering pizzas for a well-known pizza takeaway chain, so that does keep me busy, but it also puts a lot of wear on my car as well, which is the drawback about that. But so when I get a couple of days off, I like to try and play a bit of radio when I can. So I'm only using an Anytone 868 handheld from up here, so I'm like literally in the middle of a field, so to speak, not a lot around, so yeah, and it's actually doing quite well considering. So yeah, back to you. Can't remember your call sign. I know it was a G4. They had to queue in it somewhere as well. Sorry about that. So back to you. Oh.
There I'm back, Paul. Apologies for the long delay. Normally I access the repeater with ease, but maybe I was a bit too prompt on the PTT. But eventually got back in. But fine on your activities, well done, you're getting out and about. Enjoying the fine weather with the radios. And okay on the delivery. Yeah. As you say, I suppose it just racks the miles up, doesn't it? When you sort of put it in perspective, if you're just tripping back and forth to work each day, 5 miles there, 5 miles back, that, I suppose most of your work's probably tea time and evening work, so it will put the mileage on the car. Let's hope the funds they pay you will cover that as such. I've noticed since we've been in lockdown, there's lots and lots of people out delivering quite often fast food, but a lot of time parcel as well, from people probably privateering their own cars and making the best of a bad situation, sort of making ends meet as such. But well done you, carry on the good work. I'm fine about Catterick Garrison. Yeah, I know of it. Side of the A1. That's quite poor, isn't it?
That's
I
all right.
recognise it just purely as a great big building on the side of the A1 as such. But there we go. No experience of it. I was in the forces, but never up that way as such. Right, I'll have it round to you, Paul. Next up, I've got to go down to the local shop. I need some milk seemingly, so that'll give me an excuse to get my joints moving and get a bit of exercise today. Round to you, Paul, any finals, and I will get tied up here and get out for the milk. G4YQW portable listening.
Yeah, G4YQW, Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform returning for the final. Yeah, all copied there. I'll let you crack on and go do what you've got to do. Yeah, I think most people who know of Catterick Garrison just know it's just at the side of the A1 somewhere. So yeah, that barracks at the side of the A1 is actually called Marne Barracks. It's like an outstation of Catterick Garrison. The actual garrison itself's a couple of miles in from the A1, so but that's probably how most people know it. So yeah. So 7-3 for now. Nice to work you for the first time, and hope we can work again sometime in the future. So I'll let you go down to the shops and get your milk. So 7-3 for now from Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform.
people about that's quite friendly and talkative as such. If not this afternoon. But bye for now. G4Y QW is going to stand by on LE.
Well, we've done it. We've got a successful QSO through GB7LE. And yeah, I certainly, as that chap said, I won't be a stranger to this repeater. I think I'll give it another go next time I'm up here and out and about on a nice sunny day like this. Obviously, I won't come up when it's raining and cold. And yeah, so you should have heard most of that QSO. I'm not sure how much of it you heard because I did try and hold the radio to the microphone, but it's sort of directional, so it's sort of facing me. So, very nice gentleman. I did forget his call sign in the middle, which is a bit embarrassing, but it does happen. I don't actually have a logbook with me, so I think I'll bring a table, a logging computer, and a few other bits next time I come up here. So, I've done it. I'm impressed. So, I am very, very pleased. So, I think it's time to walk back down to the car now. I've come out, I've done what I set out to do. Yes, thumbs up, I got on the air and I got my contact. So I'm pleased. Okay, just one last bit of business I need to attend to before I go, and that's seeing if I can actually get into GB3CD from here. I'm not going to have a QSO through it, I'm just going to see if I can actually get it. So when I next come up here, I know I've got another repeater to go through as well. So next time I'm up here... Oh. Still there. Yeah, the gentleman I spoke to is still actually there. So let's see if I can get into GB3CD from up here. I'll just check I am actually up on the correct thing first. Yes, I am. Let's see if I can get GB3CD from up here. I'm just going to check access. I'm not going to actually have a QSO through it. Don't need to do that today. Well, first I'll turn the TX power up because I've just noticed it's on low 1. That's not going to work, is it? There we are. High power. That would be better, wouldn't it? So, let's see if I can get into there. Mike 0 Whiskey November uniform, checking access to GB3CD. Didn't seem to happen. Okay, back to the car.
And this is the distance and elevation profile between myself and the repeater. I was at the highest point and there was nothing in between myself and the repeater, so that's actually pretty good.
So, I'm back in the car. I'm very impressed by what I've managed to achieve, and it proves that height is might and you don't need a lot of power. Something that the people who sit on channel 19 of the CB could learn here. That 4 watts out of the back of a legal citizens band transceiver is perfectly adequate. You don't need more power. Simply don't. It's not necessary. That's one of the things we have here in the amateur radio world, is that use only as much power as needed to make the contact. And I only needed the radio at the 5 watt setting or 4 watt setting, or maybe even 3. I don't know, not quite sure how it's working on 77s because I've never actually measured it with a properly calibrated meter. So it's all good. The fact that it was from up here all the way to Leeds is very good going at 77s, and I am very, very impressed by that indeed. So it's worth coming out another day to play a bit of radio. I mean, I don't play radio often enough, but now I know my work schedules, and now this nice weather's coming out and all these lockdown restrictions are being relaxed, I can actually come out and play more radio. So whether that be on the CB, well, there's no one on that at the moment by the sounds of it, or amateur, or even PMR 446 with half a watt up here, that could get you quite some distance. So there's a lesson to be learned here. CBers, just stick to the 4 watts. You don't need massive amounts of power. You don't need your linear amplifiers, or burners as you like to call them. You don't need them. Throw them in the bin. Get rid of your SS 9900s and 6900s unless you're going to take your foundation ticket, or I just something like my Thunderpole T3000's a good idea. Just a normal legal CB radio. You just don't need all that power. So I managed to contact in the UHF band, although it was DMR, quite some significant distance away. So let's turn that down, because that's GB3IR. Give me a nice little time check to let me know it's 5:30 and I've been up here an hour and a half. So what I'm going to do now is, obviously there's no shops open, maybe apart from the Co-op in Richmond, because that seems to be the only place that's open this time of night. Well, there's the one in Colburn as well. So yeah, I don't really need to buy anything, really, thinking about it. So that's kind of alright. I don't need to worry about getting anything. I was thinking maybe should buy something in for tea, but I'm good. So obviously I will have to get something in for tea tomorrow, I think, 'cause I'm not sure what I've got, and also I've got to get some milk as well, so I think I'll wait till tomorrow for that. But right now I'm very, very pleased with myself, and I'm going to get myself back down that hill and back off to Catterick and back home. So it's Paul, Mike 0, Whiskey November uniform, or 26 Charlie Tango 730 if you catch me on 11 metres and PMR 446. And guess what, guys? I'm just going to stick to as much power as I absolutely need. I'm not going to use any more power than necessary. So 4 watts on CB it is, half a watt on PMR 446, and maybe knock my FTM 400 down to low power whenever I'm in Richmond for GB3IR. Because it works. So 7 3s for now, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.